Hello friends, welcome back to the channel again. So first of all, thank you for showering all your applause and appreciation for the two parts of the bookshelf tour. And your love has actually, helped me to make this bookshelf and to make this bookshelf tour part 3. And as bookshelf part 1 and 2 were actually on the diverse topics, they were mostly on the popular science books and the biographies, religion books. This part 3 is going to be more of history oriented. So without wasting any time, let's get started. So the first book is here, that is A Wings of Fire, which is an autobiography or APJ Abdul Kalam, who was our president and was also a great rocket scientist known as the Rocket Man of India. It's actually an biography, quite inspiring, must read. So the second book is here, that is Elon Musk, How the Billionaire CEO of SpaceX and Tesla is Shaping Our Future. It's actually a biography of Elon Musk covering his life till 2015. A must-buy book by Ashley Vance. Also, this book has a successor which is written by Walter Isaacson by the same name, Elon Musk, which I would definitely review some other day. So third book is here, that is a hardcover book, that is Cosmic Landscape by Leonard Susskind, How String Theory and the Illusion of Intelligent Design Affects Our Universe. So a great disrupting book on the disrupting topic, must read. Fourth book is here, that is Stephen Hawking's Brief Answers to Big Question. It is the last book of Stephen Hawking. It answers the questions which were asked to Stephen Hawking. Here are these questions which were asked, and the answer lies in the book, which you should definitely read. And the fifth book is here, that is Factfulness by Hans Rosling. 10 reasons we were wrong about the world and why things are better than you think. So book compares different countries, their economies, throughout the historical references, using graphs to tell us that actually the universe or the world actually is going towards the positive side. So the sixth book is here, that is Indo-Nepal Trade Relation from 1846 to 1947 by Vijay Kumar Tiwari. So this book, as the name suggests, talks about the trade relations between India and Nepal. The author is actually my relative, and he has written this book while his PhD thesis on the topic. So it's a good book, I would say. But I would say it's quite specific, which can make some people, not totally going parallelly with the book, but a good one on the topic. So the seventh book is here, that is Ashneer Grover's Doglapan, The Hard Truth About Life and Startups. He wrote this book after featuring in Shark Tank. A good book, talks about his life, how he went into IIT, did civil engineering in IIT Delhi, and how he made companies like Grofers and one, what was his name, Bharat Pay. So the story about his life, a good book, but it also has some cuss words, so read it on your own risk. So the eighth book is here, which is a gigantic one, I would say, that is Glimpses of the World History by Jawaharlal Nehru, one of the thickest book which I have, approximately 1200 pages. A great book which talks about the great historical points of the world which actually occurred, whether it is the Ashoka's Kalinga War or any, you can say, fall of Constantinople, Alexandria Library destruction, about whole world the book talks. A great book, by the great visionary Prime Minister of India, must buy to know about the world, at least some, if you want to know some gist. So the ninth book is here, that is India After Gandhi by Ramchandra Guha, History of the World's Largest Democracy. So it's a 10th anniversary edition of 2017. It covers the India's history from 1946, I would say, though Gandhi died in 1948, but the book covers from 1946 to 2017, the whole history of India in a very lucid and unputdownable way. So you would find very difficult to put this book down. You should definitely give it a try to know about the history of our India. So the 10th book is here, that is again one of the thickest book, that is Gandhi by Ramchandra Guha, The Years That Changed the World from 1914 to 1948. So Gandhi is a very, in today's world, is a very skeptical figure which people see. But if you ask your grandfathers or grandparents, they will definitely going to say some positive things about him. But today's generation actually, disgraces him without knowing the facts, without reading him. Just by by using the social media, they make perception about any personality or any figure, which they do it wrong. So it's a book which you should read it, and the book is written by Ramchandra Guha in a very, I would say, unbiased way. So give it a try, read this book and make your perception, and then decide. Good book, one of the best. So the 11th book, and also my current read, is here, that is The New BJP, Modi and the Making of the World's Largest Party by Nalin Mehta. A book on the history of BJP, how this party, which started by SP Mukherjee, Shyama Prasad Mukherjee and Deen Dayal Upadhyay, which was initially Jan Sangh, what started and was actually a flop party, but how it's totally transformed itself into one of the world's largest party, and also is currently ruling India since 10 years and also won the third term. So this book talks about the things what led BJP to become so successful, while initially it was a failed project, one can say. A must try. So the 12th book is here, that is Maharanas, A 1000-Year War for Dharma by Umarendra Ratnu. A book on the history of Maharanas, the Rajput rulers of Rajasthan. It talks about the 1000 years history. Great book. It tells some parts of history which are actually still not remembered by anyone. For example, the Maharana Raj Singh defeating Aurangzeb in a small scuffle, and also talks about Bappa Rawal, how he guarded India and his successor guarded India for 500 years from Arabs. And the day actually Rajput fell, the doorway to India was actually quite easy for the Arabs to capture, conquer, and led the pilots throughout the country. A great book which will make your heroes remember, and also a book which will make you think what you read, and definitely would help you to make some new role models. A must try. 13th book is here, that is Vajpayee, The Years That Changed India by Shakti Sinha. Also Narendra Modi has reviewed the book and given his words that is written here. Shakti Sinha was actually advisor to Vajpayee when he was Prime Minister. A book which covers the part of Kargil war and all the important parts, like the making of the Golden Quadrilateral roads between the 5 metropolitan cities of India. Book covers good part, part and his early life also, about the Vajpayee, who was the first BJP and non-Congress Prime Minister who completed his term. A great book. 14th book is actually a Choyak book, which is the Swami Vivekanand Ka Jeevan or Sandesh. Good book about his life and about his teachings. It talks about the World Religion Congress of the late 19th century, which he gave in Chicago, which led changed the perspective of foreigners towards Hinduism, because it was seen as a regressive religion or a cult. But his ideas, his teaching and his popularization of Hinduism helped to change that image. A good book. 15th book is actually a guidebook which I bought when I went to Nalanda. From there I bought it. This is actually a guidebook to Nalanda, the India's oldest university after Takshashila, Nalanda University, which was burned by Bhaktiar Khilji. So the book contains all important points: why it was burnt, what are the legends about it, how many students from various countries used to come there for studying, Baladitya the king, and also the patronage which was given to this university by various regional kingdoms like Palas and the Magad rulers. The book is a good one if you want to know. Also, I have made with one of my college friends, I have made a video on how the Nalanda was burnt, which you can see on my YouTube channel. Definitely give it a try. So the 16th book is here, that is Renunciation, Reform and Women in Swaminarayan Hinduism by Professor Suresh Rawal. This is a book which I am looking also to make a dedicated video separately on this one. But the book actually talks about the renunciation, the brahmacharya, the principles of brahmacharya, reforms like Sati Pratha was actually banned by William Bentinck, I think in 1821, with the a lot of efforts by Raja Ram Mohan Roy and many others like Ishwar Chand Vidyasagar. But the first idea of sati, to abolish the sati, was actually given by Neelkant Vanni, that is Akshardham Swami Narayan, on whom Akshardham is made. And so this book talks about the status of women, how it was very disgraceful, and the reforms which he done at Gujarat, Nepal, and the various part where he traveled solely, and also helped to propagate the idea of brahmacharya at least till the age of 25, which is a very amazing, I would say, one thing which every youth should follow. Even I want to follow, but definitely I sometime deviate, but I definitely love it and definitely would love to follow it throughout my life. So the 17th book is here, that is Veer Savarkar, the man who could have prevented partition, by Udhay Mahurkar and Chirayu Pandit. I have also made a dedicated review on this book. This video talks about the life of Veer Savarkar, how he could have prevented the partition, and also it talks about the hypocrisy about the minority. It has a various a lot of facts which are debatable, and a good book which also contains pictures and a great part. Also it talks about how Savarkar was the first person to start to propagate the intercaste marriages, also led to Janev Dharan ceremonies of Dalits in Ratnagiri and Maharashtra. He was the one who asked to abdicate the untouchability. So a good book which you should give it a try. So the last book of today's bookshelf tour, the 18th book is here, that is Brave Hearts of Bharat, Vignettes from the Indian History. Vignette means small scraps from excerpts. So it is a book by Vikram Sampath. Vikram Sampath is someone who don't need any introduction, one of the greatest contemporary writers on the history. And the book talks about the 20 great Indian freedom fighters whose history have been forgotten. So I would show you the names of their here. That is Lalita Aditya Mukta Pida of Kashmir, the Raja who actually expanded the Kashmir till parts of Afghanistan, some parts of Tibet and Gorkha land. Raja Chola from Chola Empire, Rani Naiki Devi of Gujarat, and so on. You can just go around 20 are there. No, I'm sorry, 15. Till Begum Hazrat Mahal of Awadh of 1857. So it talks till that point. 8.9 rating given to this book. A good book to know about some people which we really have forgotten and had immense contribution to our independence. So this is the book. So guys, these were the book which I covered in this bookshelf tour part 3, but there are also a lot of books which I would definitely cover up in the upcoming parts. Till then, stay tuned to the channel and share your love on this video till that time. Bye bye.